Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video, we're going to talk getting started with Warhammer 40,000, and today we're going to take a look at the Chaos Demons of Tzeentch. Now in this video, we're going to take a look at the Tzeentch Warpstorm effects, which are a bunch of special things the Tzeentch demons can do on the tabletop with their Warpstorm points, and then we'll take a look at a couple of units we recommend to get started with for the faction. We'll then look at some other units we recommend to expand upon after those first couple of initial purchases, and finally finish off the video with a little sample army list of 1,000 points for you to use as some inspiration for starting your own Chaos Demons army of Tzeentch. And so, with that said, we get the Tzeentch Warpstorm effects. First of all, we have Deluge Fire. This costs 4 Warpstorm points to use, and you can use this effect at the start of your shooting phase. Until the end of that phase, you improve the ballistic skill characteristic of Legionnaires Demonic Tzeentch models from your army by 1. So, nice little bonus to +1 to hit there with the ballistic skill. Sorceress Winds, on the other hand, you've got 3 Warpstorm points to use this. Use it at the start of your Psychic phase, and until the end of that phase, each time a Psychic test is taken for one of your Tzeentch Demon units from your army, you can add one to the Psychic test. And lastly, we have Rampant Mutation. You can use this effect in the fight phase. Until the end of the phase, each time one of your Tzeentch Demon models from your army makes a melee attack, a modified wound roll of a 6 inflicts a mortal wound in addition to any other damage, though this is capped at a maximum of 3 mortal wounds per enemy unit that they can maximum get. Now, if we're looking at where to get started, there's no better place to get started than with the big man himself, the big bin chicken, the Lord of Change. Now, this is, a 20 wound, toughness 7 giant demon. It has the options of a couple of different weapons for either taking the Rod of Sorcery or Baleful Sword. The Baleful Sword is Malefic, meaning it's going to get the Malefic rule where many Chaos Demons weapons will have this particular rule. Such weapon will have an ability that reads Malefic, then a value next to it. Each time the bearer fights, it makes a number of additional attacks with that weapon equal to the value, and no more than that number of attacks can be made with that weapon when resolving a fight. If a model is equipped with more than one Malefic weapon, it can make extra attacks with each one, which is pretty cool. So the Baleful Sword would get you extra close combat attacks and be, at a nice -3 rend damage 3, but really, this isn't a monster you generally want to get in combat all that much. He is only strength 6, even with that +1, only strength 7. Not particularly strong for a monster, but the Rod of Sorcery is an assault D6 weapon, strength 6, -1 AP, damage 2. Pretty good at shooting out Space Marines. Now, he is a nice big Psychic, so we've got 3 Psychic powers we can take with this model, and it will know Smite as well. And you've got the Demon Lord of Tzeentch aura, where it can give reroll hit rolls of 1 to a friendly Legion Core unit, or any Legion Core unit of demons that are within 6 inch. And Master of Magics, each time a Psychic test is taken for this model, add 1 to the result. If this model has 10 or more wounds remaining, you add 2 to the result instead. Now, going with this, we want to look at our troops, and Pink Horrors, or indeed Horrors of Tzeentch in general, I think are the way to go. Pink Horrors are one kit, and they will split into Blue Horrors and then Brimstone Horrors. They are a separate kit, so you will need to pick up both of these. It's not the cheapest troop choice to have to buy, but there are some really cool things you can do. So for each 10 Pink Horrors, you need 20 Blue Horrors and 20 Brimstone Horrors as they split, and literally just keep splitting and splitting again. It's pretty fun. Now, they all have a nice little coruscating flame shooting attack, which is pretty fun. Other than that, they've got a base melee profile, no extra weaponry on them. They can take demonic icons to ignore modifiers to their combat attrition test, and Instrument of Chaos to give them +1 leadership as well. If we're looking at where to go next, though, Flamers of Tzeentch are definitely a unit I really like to bring to the table with my Tzeentch armies. They are a really strong choice to bring in. Flamers are an elite option for the army, and they have a pretty good shooting attack with Assault D6 +3 strength of user at a range of 12 inch, so strength 5, -2 AP, damage 1. They can put out a decent amount of firepower, and they've got 3 wounds and 3 attacks each in melee, which is not too shabby. Now, the next unit to look at is going to be the Burning Chariot of Tzeentch. Now, the Burning Chariot of Tzeentch is one model that you can build from this kit, but you can also build Exalted Flamers as well, and indeed you'll get a Herald in the same kit. It's quite a good kit to end up picking up because you get a variety of different miniatures. But regardless, the Fires of Tzeentch, which are going to be on the back, which you'll get also very similar effects from your Exalted Flamers, can have a couple of different firing profiles to either be a flamer weapon with 2d6 shots that will automatically hit, or go an Assault 3 18-inch range weapon with blue fire for +3 strength, -4 AP, damage 3, which is pretty nice. Now, it does have the Horror Infestation ability to be upgraded to it. While an enemy unit's within 12 inch, you subtract one from Psychic Test for that unit as well. And the ability, it's got Blazing Warpfire. While the friendly Flamers unit is within 6 inches of this model, each time a model unit makes an attack with its flickering flames, you add one to their strength, so you can really start upping the strength of your other models. Screamers of Tzeentch are a fast attack choice, and I think they have an interesting place. Burning Chariots, while they are fast, are definitely something you want to stick near your other sort of demons, while the Screamers provide you with a nice fast moving unit. 16 inch and fly is just insanely fast, and each time they advance, you can instead remove the unit and set it up 9 inch away from enemy models. They're just a super versatile unit to have available to you. Now lastly, the last model I want to look at is the Changeling. He's a really fun piece. The Changeling has some cool rules. First of all, Formless Horror, where each time a model is selected to fight, you can select one enemy infantry model within engagement range, and you effectively use that model's stat line. But he's got the Trickster stuff as well, where each time the bearer is selected to fight, he can, once again, choose someone else's profile to fight with. So he's got some really interesting sort of rules to play around with, and he's just a super awesome model for Tzeentch. And so here we have our sample army list for you. We're using an Arcs of Omen detachment. We've got enough troops choices to fill this out and be our compulsory option. And obviously we've gone for the Castle Legion Tzeentch inside this Demon's force. Now, we are going to have a Lord of Change who's going to be our Warlord, and we're spending 2 CP, one to give him a relic and one to give him a command ability. First of all, though, we've gone for the Pandemoniac discipline, where we've got 3 of the psychic powers. Boon of Change, first of all, is going to give us access to a variety of different buffs, from +1 strength, +1 toughness, and even +2 to our move. Infernal Gateway is a nice area effect of some mortal wounds, and Infernal Flames can help buff our units, giving us +1 to wound rolls, which is really nice with our ranged attacks. Now, other than that, we've got the Warlord trait, first of all, which is going to be Tyrant of the Warp. The Warlord will never suffer from perils. I think this is just really important. You don't want that happening. And each time the Warlord would lose a result as a result of a mortal wound, on a D6 roll of a 5+, the wound's not lost. Now, we've then got a relic on this model as well, which will be the Soulbane. This is upgrading our Rod of Sorcery, which we've chosen to take on the model. Turns it into a 12-inch range, Assault 3d3, Strength 6, -2 AP, Damage 3 weapon. A really good shooting attack. Now, troops-wise, we've got 2 units of Blue Horrors and 2 units of Pink Horrors, with, of course, the Demonic Icons and Instruments of Chaos. Elites-wise, we've got a unit of 6 Flamers, including the Pyrocaster, and then 3 Screamers as a fast attack choice, rounding out our force. The Screamers, I think, are a particularly useful unit. They're going to give us something to really threaten all over the board, and then, we've got a decent shooting line in there as well. If you've been playing some games with Demons of Tzeentch, let us know how you've been going down in the comments below. And so that's the end of the video. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And if you did enjoy the video and you want to say something, leave us a comment down below and let us know what you thought. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our great little community here at Cinderful Gaming, we have a Discord server linked down in the video's description. Also, down there in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel if you'd like to do so. You can either grab yourself some merch via our Teespring or Ko-fi stores, which are linked down there, or our Patreon and YouTube members, where you can help support the channel, get yourself a shout out, and indeed, if you're a YouTube member as well, get yourself some cool emotes to use in our live discussions, or indeed on your comments on YouTube. As a special thank you to all our Patreon and YouTube members, we'd like to give you all a shout out. So thank you to our Patreons: Christian Weir, Soren, Kenny Lowe, Outer Shot First, Andrew Bowen, The Rising 8, Q Dynamic, Anthony B, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Benjamin Swallows, Red Martin, Iron Grinch, Nicholas Conomos, Colorblind Magic, and Daniel Etherington. And to our YouTube members: Green Roots Gaming, Ronya, Lockloric, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Ariane Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, Monty's Tabletop Terrain, John Castle, Davis Weir, James South, James Tillman, and Dylan Areno. And lastly, a special thanks to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork you see here for the channel, and to everyone who helps run our Discord server, all our mods, you're fantastic, and everyone who makes it a great place in there as well, and indeed to everyone who helps come and do the battle reports, and to all our sponsors on the channel as well. Thank you all once again for watching, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the Grey. Ciao for now.